father, the National Chief Imam, led the Muslim group to present to me the Muslim Manifesto for inclusion in our NDC manifesto. And as you've heard, 12 of the 14 points that were presented to us were captured in our manifesto. We intend to keep our promise that was made to the Muslim community.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The piece you just watched, I will allow you watch the full video, inshallah, after I've passed a few comments. What you just heard His Excellency mention regarding a presentation that was made to him by the National Chief Imam and his entourage regarding the Muslim Manifesto. I want to make it known to you that this is the brainchild of the National Muslim Conference. Now, if you have never heard of the National Muslim Conference, it is, alhamdulillah, something we have yearned for in this country, Ghana, which has come to fruition, alhamdulillah, which is all the Muslim sects and the various Muslim groups in Ghana all came together to form this National Muslim Conference. And the purpose is to make sure that Muslims also get their own fair share of the national cake, and also create a uniting body that will attend to the problems of Muslims in Ghana, and Zongos in particular. So this group was formed actually about 4 years ago. I think it's in its 5th year, which is the National Muslim Conference. And then last year, during the electioneering campaign, they presented for the first time ever the Muslim Manifesto, which encapsulates what the needs of Muslims are in Ghana. And then this is what the president has made reference to. I want you to watch briefly that presentation of the National Muslim Conference, and you'll listen to the General Secretary's comments regarding what the purpose of this presentation is. So let's listen to it, inshallah, and be back.
We have come to, in a way, change the political and democratic discourse of our country by using the Muslim community in Ghana. This is the first time in the history of our country, and particularly in the history of the 4th Republican Constitution, for an interest group such as the Muslim community in Ghana to come together, to put together what they believe happen to be their needs, that they should present to political parties to be considered in determining their manifesto.
Let me warmly welcome all of you to my office and to thank you for this proactive action you've taken in coming to us with what are a summary of the key points that the Muslim communities would want to see political parties move on in the event that they are given the political authority to govern this country. In the past, manifestos were written by a small group of experts who sat in a room and try to second guess what the felt needs of the people are. And after they had done that, they will submit it to a manifesto committee that will enact the manifesto and say, this is the party's manifesto, and if we are given power, this is what we are coming to do. From 2020, we changed that mode, and we decided that we would rather go around and listen to the people, synthesize what the challenges and issues that they consider important are, and we'll use that as feed material for our manifesto. And so we came out with the People's Manifesto, and it reflected the will of the people of Ghana because we had consulted them. Unfortunately, we didn't win political power, and so another election is before us, 2024. I believe that the 2020 manifesto was a good one, but we need to validate it and update it. And so we've been doing the Building Ghana tour. We've recorded everything that people have said. Amongst the groups that we have met include Muslim groups that have raised some of the same points that you have included in this manifesto. There are other things too that have not yet been captured in our tour, but that you have raised in this manifesto. And so I think that I couldn't have been more timely.
That was the presentation that was made to the then former president and the current president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, somewhere last year during the electioneering campaign. Same was presented to the MPP and in fact all the major parties in Ghana. And the purpose is to, as you have heard clearly, the General Secretary mentioned, to get the Muslims also present to the power that may be what we also want to be done for us. Now, before I allow you watch the full video, I would entreat you to listen to what I'm about to say very seriously. Every Muslim in Ghana, you see, for centuries back, we have allowed sectarianism divide us, and then for that matter, we are unable to come together to achieve anything as Muslims. That has led to a major backwardness in our Zongos, as we experience it today. When you are divided, the powers also take advantage of that and refuse you a whole lot of things that are actually supposed to be given to you. But with unity, you are able to achieve a lot. So that is why, in the wisdom of the National Chief Imam, this National Muslim Conference was established. And then those of you who followed my videos, you realize that this National Muslim Conference, last year they had the 4th National Annual Conference, which was attended by all the Muslim sects that are in support of this. The Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah was actually represented by the National Imam and his deputy, Haj Umar, and then Sheikh Khamil, may Allah be pleased with them. And then from the Shia front, Sheikh Kamaluddin was also represented. He himself and then his entourage also represented. From the Ahmadiyya Jama'ah front to the Amir and missionary in charge also represented with his deputies. And then from the Tijaniya, already the National Chief Imam is a Tijaniya, but he represents the entire Muslim front as he is our National Chief Imam. But the Zaim Harakatu Tijaniya, the Sisi of the Tariqatu Tijaniya also represented with his entourage. And then the Ahlul Haqq al-Istiqama, their Sheikh Umar al-Istiqama also represented. And then from the Ghana Muslim Mission too, Sheikh Amin Bonsu, may Allah be pleased with him, also represented. So you can see that all the Muslim sects represented. So this is devoid of sectarianism at all. So we would entreat all Muslims to contribute to this National Muslim Conference. Hold it dear to your heart and then contribute to it, both financially, with your prayers, with your strength. Whenever a call is made for us to come in support of this conference, we should all come out in our numbers. When a call is made financially, we should all come out with a little we can contribute. You see, in last year's conference, which I was opportune to attend, they made a very simple analysis, and I was so shocked to my bone what Muslims could have done even with our own little contributions. Had all Muslims come together, in fact just 1 million of this number of Muslims, every month you contribute just 1 cedi into the Zakat and Sadaqah fund of this National Muslim Conference. That means at the end of every month, Muslims are going to have in their coffers 1 million Ghana cedis. This is just for the Sadaqah that you have also decided to contribute your widow's mite to. Just 1 Ghana cedis. 1 Ghana cedis that for some of us, if we are seriously going somewhere and it falls, we wouldn't tend to pick it. That is just for the Sadaqah. 1 million Ghana cedis can do a lot for us as Muslims in Ghana. At the end of the year, we will be counting for that 1 Ghana cedis alone. At the end of the year, we will be counting 12 million Ghana cedis. That's if just 1 million Muslims contribute to this Sadaqah fund. Now, you see this short code here. This short code is what they have created for that Sadaqah. And I will entreat every Muslim that you should try. The registration is very simple. You can register and then subscribe, actually, that at the end of every month, 1 cedi should be taken out of your Momo number, or 2 cedi should be taken, or any amount you'll see your strength you can afford can be deducted from your Momo number. This I encourage every Muslim to contribute to it because we really need it. We need it. And if you were previewed to attend last year's conference, I have their accounts they made last year. You realize that we really need this. We need this. We need this to help our young brains whose parents cannot afford to take them to schools. This National Muslim Conference has helped a number of them into the university to do their, medicine, to enter into their engineering, to do their nursing, those going to do other courses that their parents cannot afford. When they sought help from this National Muslim Conference, and indeed they are calling strongly that if your child qualifies to do medicine, most importantly medicine, and then you, the family, cannot contribute, all you need to do is to secure the admission, bring the admission letter, and they are going to take care of this child to enter into the medical school till completion. Everything is going to be on them. So I will entreat you to push this message across to all the Muslims in Ghana, that we should all beware of this National Muslim Conference, contribute to it, and then treat our children who are qualified into the medical schools to try hard and then apply for it. Forget about the funds. If you cannot approach them, they will inshallah support this brain to enter into the medical school. This is the reason why you should contribute to it, because your sadaqah is doing a lot, your zakat is going to do a lot, and then accountability will be made to you what your money has been used to. You see, we are fond of giving our sadaqah and the zakat especially to our imams in our local settings. This is not how the Sharia actually teaches us to give out our zakat. During the Prophet ﷺ's time, they had what they call the Baytul Mal, where all the collections of the zakat are done and kept and managed by specially selected people by the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and distributed to people that the Quran actually describe as beneficiaries to this fund. So it is never something, funds to be collected by individuals and be managed without accountability to anybody. So this has become a national center for everybody to contribute your sadaqah and zakat into. This current board of the National Muslim Conference, you can see them. There were those in the video. Some of them are in the videos that you saw during the presentation. Wallahi, summatallahi, without an iota of exaggeration, they are people with credibility. They are people well selected by the office of the National Chief Imam, who needs our support, our prayers, in fact, to push the Muslims also to a very high pedestal where we deserve actually in this country. Now, this is the code, and I will entreat you just immediately, without delays, just enter these codes and register. You can start with as little as 1 Ghana cedis every month. So at the end of the month, these deductions will be made. You can just start with that. 1 cedi is nothing. It will not touch anything from your wealth. Just start with that. If you cannot start with as much as 10 cedis, as much as 100 cedis, just start with something as low as 1 cedi every month. Wallah, summatallah. Just as the Prophet ﷺ said that on the day of Qiyamah, those going to Jannah will regret, and those going to Jahannam will also regret. Then the companions asked, Ya Rasulullah, we know those going to Jahannam are going to regret. We understand how they are going to face regret, but how can those going to Jannah also, how are they also going to regret? Then our Nabi Kareem ﷺ said that they will regret because they will regret for not contributing much higher than they had contributed when they were alive. So if that person was contributing 1 cedi, on the day of Qiyamah, that 1 cedi will earn him Jannah. And he will wish he had contributed even 100 or 1,000 Ghana cedis a month to earn him a much higher status in Jannah. Even though he's going to Jannah, but he has regretted so much for not contributing even much. This is exactly what I'm saying. Let's not face regrets for this, but as it may be, just try. You can always improve upon it at every time that you wish, but I will entreat you to, as soon as possible, as soon as now, in fact, as soon as now that you are listening to this video, kindly enter these codes, register, make a one-time payment now, and register with as little as 1 Ghana cedis. If you can do it weekly, every 2 weeks, every month. In fact, these options are all there for you. to the level of your affordability. So I wouldn't want to bore you with so much talk. I will end here, inshallah, and then allow you listen to His Excellency mention just a few of what the Muslim Manifesto composes of. There are 14 points, which 12 have already been captured into the manifesto of the NDC, and you heard him say that inshallah they are going to fulfill their promise, and it is now left onto us to number one, pray for the government to be able to keep to this promise, and then number two, give them constant reminder and pressure to also actually be able to achieve that. You would hear him mention, and I have a lot of interest in this, when it comes to sponsorship to our Muslim children, also to pursue higher educations. These sponsorships have been there for a very long time, but usually it's difficult for some of us to access these sponsorships. But if a special package is made for the Muslim Ummah, inshallah, I know that it will be evenly distributed, and every Muslim will, who is qualified will inshallah get his quota to also pursue higher education. And another also has to do with our hijab, where our girls are pressured not to put on their veils. And I really don't know. Sometimes I don't know the level of intolerance in some of our elders in these schools. How does a girl wearing hijab, trying to look modest, affect teaching and learning? It does not at all. But they keep pressurizing these children whose hijab, some of these children, removing these hijabs it affects them mentally, and they feel naked, actually, because this is what they've been trained to put on. And then you force them to take it off, because you are an authority in some of the... What pisses me off is even some of these government schools. The president has promised that he's going to offer help in that regard. And there are quite a lot of these things that we would wish the president to do for us, inshallah, to socially and then economically empower the Muslims, and then increase the literacy level in our zungus, which will in turn bring down the level of crime and then all of this in our zungus. I will entreat you to please share this video around. Let's share it to every Muslim to contribute, and keep praying in any way that you can to contribute to this National Muslim Conference, to, as the Ashanti say, to wear the best of clothing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
And I can highlight a few of the promises. And one was that we'll reduce Hajj fares drastically. I have formed a Hajj task force that is led currently, 5-member Hajj task force that is led currently by our longest serving MP, the Honorable Collins Dawda. And they'll be leaving for the Holy Land on Monday to participate in the Hajj conference. And one of the tasks that I have given them is to go and make arrangements so that we can bring the Hajj fares as low as possible, so that as many Muslims who intend to perform the pilgrimage can do so. We promised to add one more holiday to the Eid al-Fitr. So as soon as Parliament settles, we're going to amend the Holidays Act to include an extra holiday on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr. And so this year, after we finish the fast of the Ramadan, we will have 2 holidays for the Salah festivities. We also promised to uphold the constitutional provision that Ghanaians are free to belong to any religion and to profess their religion. Professing our religion includes how we dress. And so in that vein, we will protect the rights of Muslim women to wear their hijabs wherever. We also promised to provide more scholarships for students in deprived communities, especially the Muslim communities, to study 3 main subjects: medicine, so that we can have more doctors who are Muslim, to study law, and to study ICT, information and communications technology. We also promised to train and recruit more Arabic teachers so that we can have enough teachers in our Islamic schools. And then also, we promised to establish the Soyaya Fund, which will be a fund, a microcredit scheme that supports our mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters who live in deprived Muslim communities. And finally, not the final, there are many others, but I just chose a few. We also promised to introduce Islamic banking instruments in Ghana. And so we will begin the discussion with the Bank of Ghana on how we introduce Islamic banking instruments into our banking and financial system.